You woke up this morning and performed a ritual your ancestors would find absolutely baffling. You stepped into a box of temperature-controlled falling water. You grabbed a synthetic sponge and a bar of chemical detergents, what we call soap, and you scrubbed away every single trace of the outside world. We are a species completely obsessed with the idea of being clean. Obsessed. We have sanitizers in our pockets and scented salts in our baths. A multi-billion-dollar industry exists to make sure we don't smell human. Think about ancient humans living 50,000 or even 100,000 years ago. We usually picture them through a very specific modern lens. In movies, they're mud-caked, matted-haired, and portrayed as filthy. We assume they spent their lives smelling like a rotting bison carcass. But here's the thing. That image is almost certainly a lie. How do you get clean without soap? To answer that, we need to know what soap is. Soap is a surfactant. One end loves water, and the other loves oil. Grab. It pulls the dirt away. Nature doesn't have bars of Dove, but it does have the ingredients. The most important lab was the campfire. Imagine roasting a large reindeer. Fat drips into the fire. Wood ash is highly alkaline. When they mix, magic happens. Soap. This is called saponification. They noticed the ash became slippery. Rinsing with it made grease vanish. They discovered soap by accident. They were practicing chemistry. Genius. Washing a greasy pan with cold water? That's impossible. But add a handful of ash and it rinses clean. But wood ash is abrasive. You don't want to scrub your body with it every day. For a gentler clean, humans turned to the plants. Plants evolved their own natural soaps. Plants! These are called saponins. They ward off insects and fungi. When you agitate these plants in water, they produce a rich, creamy lather. In the Americas, they had the yucca. In Europe, they had soapwort. In the tropics, they had the soapberry tree. Imagine a woman walking to a river. She carries a bundle of soapberries. She crushes them between two stones. She dips them in the water. Suddenly, she's holding a handful of foam. It smells like the forest and cuts through sweat. This wasn't just for skin. It was for hair. Hair that isn't washed becomes heavy and itchy, and it becomes infested with lice. Itchy. Detergents kept hair manageable and made it unattractive to parasites. They also used mechanical cleaners, like specific types of clay. They would slather themselves in wet clay, let it dry, and then scrub it off in a river. The clay acts as a magnet for toxins. Magnetic. It's the original mud mask. Rinsing it off removes dead skin and bacteria. Now, let's talk about the waterless wash. For many humans, a bath was a death sentence. If it's 10 degrees below freezing, you stay out. In these environments, humans used the oil method. Oil. You slather your body in animal fat or plant oils. The oil binds to the sweat and the dirt. Then you take a tool, a scraper. Ancient Romans called it a strigil, but prehistoric humans used flint, bone, or shells. Scrape. You scrape the oil and grime right off your body. It's a deep tissue clean that leaves your barrier intact. And then there was the physical exfoliation. River sand is one of the best exfoliants on Earth. You rub sand over your wet skin to remove biofilm. It's rough, it's visceral, and it works. Sandy. This brings us to the most mind-blowing part, the smell. Steak? Skip your shower for 3 days and you'll smell rank. That sharp, sour locker room scent? We assume ancient humans smelled 1,000 times worse, but biology doesn't work that way. Wrong. Modern stink comes from disrupting our skin's ecosystem. Harsh soaps kill the good bacteria. Stinky bacteria then move in to fill the vacuum. We wash to fix it, which just makes us smell worse. Cycle. Ancient humans had a stable, diverse microbiome. Good bacteria acted as a natural deodorant. Their diet helped too. No processed sugars or dairy. They smelled like wood smoke, the earth, and the plants. They smelled like humans. Clean isn't being sterile. It's being in balance. Balance. They were master chemists of the natural world. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. What one hygiene item would you miss the most? I'll see you in the next one.